Hello and welcome to Woodbridge, the best town around. My name is John McCormick. I'm the mayor of this great town, and we're here right now with three of our top community leaders. To my far left, John Bader, the assistant superintendent of the Woodbridge Township School District. To my left, Carolyn Ehrlich, the chief of staff in the mayor's office. And to my right, Bernadette Solar, the vice president of government affairs for Middlesex Water Company. We're here today to take a tour on all our schools, actually for several days, on our Principal for a Day program. It's a program started many years ago through Carolyn Ehrlich and Bernadette Solar. Bernadette runs what's called the MAC-E, the Mayor's Advocacy Committee on Education. Some people call it the advisory committee. We're not advisors. We're not educators. We don't know anything about educating. Well, Carol does, but that's a whole other story. But we are advocates for the school system in Woodbridge Township. We've been for a long, long time. So Bernadette runs this Principal for a Day program where we get somebody from the business community to come to every school in our district and be with the kids for the day, talk about their careers, talk about what they do, their experiences, their history, and just teach the kids whatever they can in this short period. So Bern, why don't you start telling me just about the program? You're so good at it. It wouldn't work without you. Tell me about it.
It's been a great opportunity. This is a chance for businesses to share exactly what's going on in their companies. So we've got people from the worlds of banking. We have technical companies. We have our company is involved. So many different companies are involved. They're talking about careers. They're talking about jobs. And the great thing is they are so energized because they walk into the schools and the kids are very smart. They're asking really good questions. The teachers have prepared the children very well. They know who their speaker is. They know who their principal is. So it's just a great dynamic that I have seen so far today and that I'm sure will continue over the next couple days for the businesses to get involved in our schools, to learn what's happening in our schools, and at the same time the kids are benefiting from all they can learn from the different types of businesses that exist. So we're excited. This is the 2016 program, and we have some 20 business leaders participating in today's program over the next couple days.
And Carol, this is your vision many, many years ago through the township. Tell me about how you feel it's progressed and what you think of the program.
Every year, this program gets better and better, and we have more businesses involved, and the principals and the teachers that help us to get the kids ready and understanding a little bit beforehand of the guest principals who are coming in so that they can ask good questions. The purpose of this program was because there used to be a disconnect between the business world and the educational world of Woodbridge, and the MAC-E our goal is to bring the two together, and this is really one of the most phenomenal ways to bring the businesses into the schools, to not only have the children learn about their business, but for them to see how great our kids are, our teachers are, our principals. It's always an eye-opener when you walk into the schools and see the great jobs. And Mr. Bader, that's because of you and Dr. Zega and all the work that you do and your leadership. And it's just a wonderful experience all around.
Mr. Bader, you've seen it as a principal, now you see it as the assistant superintendent.
Yes, Mayor. It's just a very valuable program. It's a win-win-win for everyone involved. I want to thank you for really coming up with this idea, and Ms. Ehrlich and Ms. Solar for all the valuable experiences you're giving the kids. And we talk about college and career readiness, and this is one of the best experiences we have all year with really learning about careers and about job pathways and future and really to motivate the children to go into a particular field and study hard. I want to thank all the businesses for coming in. They've been great. And also I want to acknowledge the principals and the teachers and the students for doing a great job with open arms, welcoming the businesses in, and really creating great learning experiences for all parties involved. So it's been great. Look forward to keeping it up and making it bigger and better every year. But we really benefit from it, so thank you.
And every now and then a company really takes to the school, and they don't just come for the one day. They come back, they make investments. It's not required because a lot of companies are too small, but every now and then some company really adopts a school and makes a big difference with donations of equipment or computers. I mean, talk about that.
Yes, we have had several long-term relationships. I know
some who want to be nameless. Some who don't.
Yes, some of them are nameless, but we have several that have developed multi-year relationships. Where the schools have gotten anywhere from experiences for the students that were sponsored by businesses to actual tools for the students to use. lab equipment. Entire labs were done. Last year at Woodbridge High School, a whole courtyard area was repurposed by the Mackey, so students can now enjoy an outdoor lunch in a beautiful environment. So the benefits are, beyond just, giving the kids ideas and opportunities and thinking about careers in the future, but they have tangible things that help them enhance their education on a daily basis. So it's been phenomenal.
It's been everything we thought.
I'd just like to add another thing. I think it's really important that the school community realizes and recognizes that the business leaders are out there. They want to serve as a resource. And, whether it's tapping into someone to serve as a judge or a mentor within a school or providing technological equipment, things like that. The business community is out there. We have a lot of support, and we want to continue growing that support. So I encourage any businesses who really want to get involved in the schools to get involved with the Mayor's Advocacy Committee for Education and to get involved in this Principal for a Day program, because it's a great experience. I think both sides feel the dynamic feeling and the great feeling that's experienced through this program.
And Cal, just to close out, we started slow. We had 24 schools always, but we didn't always have 24 principals. Now we do. It's really, really taken off.
Yep, it's just, when I look back to, you always say I came up with the idea, but as I'm going through the schools and I'm watching how the children are learning with technology, between when John got elected and when he became mayor, first was that 9 years ago, I did a Google search to get ideas of what we could do, and on the conference for mayors, they had a best practices, and another town out in the Midwest did this Principal for the Day. And so Google searches, they work in the mayor's office and they work in the classroom, and this is the product of that.
And here, I always thought you came up with the idea, and now I find out you stole it.
I don't have any new ideas.
You stole it from someplace in Oklahoma.
Nobody does it as well as.
Well, that's a whole different story. All right, well, thank you very much, Principal for Day 2016. We're going to take in a tour of almost all the schools. Some are doing it a little bit later in the year, but almost all the schools. We'll take you to each school. You'll see some people in the classroom. You'll see some people just talking to us on TV, all kinds of different interactions with the principals. It's going to be a wonderful show, so stay tuned and watch it. Okay, we're now at Avenel Middle School. To my left is Principal Joe Short. To my right, from RSI Bank, Greg Trowbridge. And to my far right, Deputy Superintendent John Bader. Let me start with Mr. Short here. You've been around a while now as principal here, and tell me about your concept or your thoughts about Principal for a Day.
Well, I think it's a great program. Year in and year out, it gives the opportunity for leaders of local business to get into our school, see some of the great things that we're doing here, and get some dialogue as far as what's going on in the local business community, what things we can look at here to make our schools the best they can possibly be. And it's a great collaboration. And Mr. Trowbridge, it's been an absolute pleasure having him here. We've had some great conversations. We've visited some classrooms, got some feedback from students, so it's really been tremendous.
Mr. Trowbridge there. Greg, are you teaching the kids how to balance their checkbook or what?
No, as I said, I think it's a little bit early for a sales pitch for them. I did kind of explain in general what a bank did in the one class, but I think they have a pretty good handle on it already. I mean, certainly they're exposed to a lot of terrific teachers here, and they're being given a lot of really valuable skills that are going to serve them well going forward and also serve the community, too. And it's great to see the dedicated teachers that you have here, and as well as the township's commitment to making the investment in the education of the youth, which is really the future of Woodbridge.
Dr. Bader, Mr. Bader, financial literacy as a whole is something that districts, paying a little more attention to. Yes. Kids get up to be 8th grade, they get into high school, and they're going to get a checking account. They're going to get a credit card. They're going to have to figure all that stuff out.
Oh, absolutely, Mayor. And the state has actually made that a required course for high school students, so it is part of every student's curriculum. And obviously, starting early, I want to welcome Gary here and thank him for being here. Thank you for setting this up, Mayor. And I agree with Principal Short. This is a valuable experience for the kids, the businesses. It's a win-win, and thank you to the Mackey for setting it up.
So now if it's required, Greg, there's a chance for you. If the banking career doesn't work out, you can come back and go school to school and teach kids about financial literacy.
Well, as a matter of fact, we do sponsor financial literacy in a couple of schools, and I'd be more than happy to talk to somebody here to see if we could do the same thing as well.
Here's the hookup. RSI Bank, and you guys are opening up next to Town Hall, right?
We are planning to do so, yes, sir. It's hopefully in the very near future, yes.
Great. We got a couple student council kids We have the president, Nikki Nails Nielsen, the vice president is Mike, and the secretary is Julie. Why don't you guys come on over? We'll talk to you guys about, what do you guys know about Principal for a Day? Have you seen it before? Is this your first time seeing a principal, a businessman being a principal?
No, we've seen principals of the day around the school, going to classes, visiting.
And what does it mean to you to have somebody from the business, whether it's today or any other day, what does it mean to have an outsider come in and give you a different perspective on education than you get from your teacher?
I think because they're not in the school environment every day, it gives them a different point of view on what it's like to be out of work and be in school, educating yourself rather than working every day.
Okay, and Nick, what do you think about the whole program?
Well, I think it's a great opportunity for everybody here at the school to learn what it's like to live after school and see what it's like to balance your own money and
All right.
stuff
Let
like
me
that.
put you guys on the spot. Who was your principal for a day last year? Do you remember? Oh, man, you're killing me. How about the year before that? What grade are you guys? You guys are 8th grade?
Yeah.
All right, you're going to remember next year it was Greg from RSI Bank, right?
Yes.
All right, cool. And Mr. Short, you want to wrap up and just, you got 3 great kids here, by the way. I know I've seen them all around, all my years being mayor.
Well, that's ultimately what it's about, getting the kids involved, giving them the opportunity to meet with leaders, local leaders in business. And, we've had an opportunity to show, the upgrades to our campus and our facility. The district and the township have done an amazing job, specifically here at Avenel Middle School with our campus. And also just show them all the technology that's being utilized and how is that going to translate into down the road them being into the job market. So it's been a great experience, and luckily we still have plenty of time left with him, and we're going to take advantage of every minute with him.
The gym floor is beautiful. The whole gym looks great.
It looks tremendous.
Best thing that happened was the flood, right? The floor got a little bit of water on it, and insurance paid for a whole new floor. We love it.
And we actually just had the new scoreboards put in, so they look amazing. So we're very pleased with everything that's going on here, and we're very grateful to everyone who's supported us, yourself included.
All right, great. Greg, thanks very much for coming out today. I hope you have a great rest of the day. And guys, try to remember next year when I see you in high. You're all 8th grade, right? You're all going to Colonia? When I see you next year, I'm going to ask you who was here this year. So you better be ready. All right, thanks. We'll be back. Okay, we're here now at Woodbridge Middle School. To my right is Sean, to my left is Fran, both from Dell Computer. The principal here, Dr. John Crow, and to his left, John Bader, who, as you know, is the assistant superintendent, has been with us for all these trips. Let me start with the guys from Dell here. You've done this, you said, before 8 years in a row?
Yes, yep.
Tell me what your impression, your first time here at Woodbridge Middle?
Second time, actually.
Second time, okay. What's your itinerary today?
Itinerary, we went and saw some of the classrooms, saw some of the dynamic technology advancements that are in the school. We learned about some of the newer things coming as far as the science lab and the new gymnasium coming in the next several years. And we actually even saw the auditorium that was funded by the partnership, the shared services, and the different programs they run out of that auditorium.
All right, the auditorium's great. And how about you, Fran? What's your thoughts?
My thoughts, phenomenal facility, and just really, I see a lot of schools, but we're really impressed with the passion of your leadership here and your faculty. Definitely dedicated to the mission of education, and as your technology partner, it's great to see.
Great. And Doc, Woodbridge Middle, you've been here a couple of years now. Tell me what these guys are going to do for the rest of the day.
Well, Mayor, we're just about finishing up. We, as we said before, we were looking at some of the technology that we have through Dell, did a lot of talking about shared services and where we might work with Dell in the future. We're very fortunate that Woodbridge has the shared services that it does in our schools, and certainly Woodbridge Middle always has the support of the mayor and Dr. Zega and Mr. Bader and the board. So I think we're going to move far ahead, not only just with some of the physical changes in the building, but the changes in technology, which can only benefit our students.
Great. Mr. Bader, you want to...
Yes, just on behalf of Dr. Zeg and the school district, I want to thank the gentleman from Dell for coming, thank Dr. Crow for arranging the activities with the students, and look forward to a great relationship. Thank you, Mayor. No, I am not.
Oh, you didn't go here?
No.
Oh, okay.
St. James.
You think maybe we can ask Sean and Fran if they can, like a couple computers and laptops can fall out of their car on the way out?
It would be nice
nice for the kids. We'll always take.
What if I backed into their car, and while they're filing a police report, we ransack it and take everything they have? Plan?
We're always interested in a partnership, and we've always continued to contribute technology to the town and the school. So we're very happy to do that.
Very good. Well, thanks very much, man.